Alright, let's talk about something we all secretly love, but probably shouldn't: fast food. Specifically, those gut-busting menu items that make your doctor cringe. Now, I'm not here to judge. I've definitely ordered my fair share of these monstrosities. But what's fascinating is how these chains turn ordinary words like double, triple, or stuffed into something that feels like an upgrade, not a warning. It's like they've weaponized portion sizes, and we are all willingly walking into the trap. So, let's break it down, shall we? First up, Wendy's Big Bacon Classic Triple. Personally, I think this is the poster child for overindulgence. I mean, we are talking about a burger that packs more saturated fat than a stick of butter. What makes this really interesting is how normalized it's become. If you take a step back and think about it, we are not just eating a burger, we are consuming an entire day's worth of trans fat in one sitting. And yet, it's marketed as a classic. What this really suggests is that our idea of a normal meal has shifted dramatically. From my perspective, this isn't just about calories, it's about how we've been conditioned to see excess as a reward. Now, let's talk about sodium, because that's where things get really wild. Take Wendy's Pretzel Baconator. A single sandwich accounts for 73% of your daily sodium intake. One thing that immediately stands out is how this leaves almost no room for anything else you might eat that day. I mean, who orders a burger without fries? But here's the kicker: we are so focused on calories that we forget sodium is just as dangerous. What many people don't realize is that this kind of sodium overload isn't just about bloating, it's a long-term health risk. It's like we are trading a moment of indulgence for a lifetime of consequences. Then there's the Burger King Triple Whopper with mayo. 3 patties, a heavy pour of mayo. It's simple, but the consequences are anything but. In my opinion, this is where fast food chains really blur the line between a meal and a dare. More than half a day's calories in one sandwich. That's not a meal, that's a challenge. And we are all guilty of accepting it at some point. What's fascinating is how we've been trained to see this as a value, like we are getting more for our money. But if you ask me, what we are really getting is a fast track to a health crisis. Taco Bell's XXL grilled stuffed burrito is another one that blows my mind. It's handheld, but it packs nearly a full day's worth of sodium. A detail I find fascinating is how this is marketed as something you can eat on the go. Like, who's driving and thinking, yeah, I need this much sodium right now? This raises a deeper question: are we eating because we are hungry, or because we are bored? Or worse, because we've been convinced that bigger is always better? Sonic's SuperSONIC Bacon Double Cheeseburger with mayo is another culprit. Every version of this burger clears 1,100 calories, and the mayo adds 3.5 grams of trans fat. What makes this really interesting is how trans fat has become the silent villain of fast food. Most guidelines say to avoid it entirely, but here it is, hiding in plain sight. Personally, I think this is where we need to start paying attention to the fine print. It's not just about the calories, it's about what those calories are made of. Five Guys Bacon Cheeseburger came out as the worst in a comparison of 30 major chains. 980 calories and 1,050 milligrams of sodium. That's not a burger, that's a brick. What this really suggests is that even chains we think of as premium are playing the same game. It's not about quality, it's about quantity. And we are all buying into it. Shake Shack's Shack Stack is another example of how we've normalized excess. It's literally 2 burgers in one, and the nutrition numbers reflect that. What's fascinating is how this is marketed as a gourmet option. Like, because it's from Shake Shack, it's somehow better. In my opinion, this is just a fancier way to sell us the same unhealthy concept. It's like putting a bow on a bomb. Finally, McDonald's Double Quarter Pounder with cheese meal. Add fries and a soda, and you're looking at 2,000 calories. That's not a meal, that's a day's worth of food in 90 seconds. What many people don't realize is how this kind of portion size has become the norm. We are not just eating fast food, we are eating fast food culture. And it's changing how we think about food entirely. So, here's my closing thought: none of this is hidden. The numbers are there if you look for them. But what's really shifted is how we perceive words like double and triple. They are not warnings, they are upgrades. And that's the real problem. We've been sold on the idea that more is better, and we are paying the price. So, next time you're at the drive-thru, ask yourself, are you ordering a meal, or are you buying into a system that's designed to make you overeat? Food for thought, literally.